Hello, everybody. I hope everybody who's on my page is doing great. Charles Gilmore, having a fantastic day, like always. And today I watched the Autopsy of Jane Doe. And I'm going to give my thoughts on this movie here. Um, First, I always got to get a precursor so people can understand. I am particularly not a big horror fan, but if somebody recommends me to watch a movie, I will do that. So the name of the movie is kind of self-explanatory. It's about somebody giving an autopsy of Jane Doe, and how I would describe this movie would be a thriller. And as far as the cinematography, it's a beautifully filmed movie. I like the lighting. I like the effects. I think the special effects were perfect for what the movie was trying to do because it wasn't over intrusive. However, um, it was realistic. It didn't stand out, and it didn't detract from what the story was kind of convey. So for people who really love horror, if I was to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it probably a 7.8. The reason I say that is because it's more of a thriller than a scary movie. It's more you would jump, woo, you have scares, but it's more like um, you're not afraid. You're not you as a viewer. You would never feel like a victim watching this movie. You're more like an observer, and you're seeing decisions that people make. So I'm gonna give you a brief synopsis of the movie. In the movie, they find this Jane Doe at this house where people are dead, and the Jane Doe's body is non-traumatized, and they're like, well, I wonder what's going on. So then they take the body to the morgue where a person who performs autopsy, I forgot what they call it. I can Google it, but it doesn't matter. Um, um, the head specialist guy, he works for the son, and they have a strong father and son connection, and it shows the experiences that happens when people who are really extremely based on understanding why deaths happen when they're faced with situations that they can't solve. So in the movie, they're trying to figure out what happened to Jane Doe, and some of the stuff that actually they discover, it goes against their core beliefs, and because of that, bad things happen. So I really don't want to give too much of the story away because I think it's something that's worth watching. However, I will give my critique on it, and hopefully it makes sense. Um, Myself, I do not think there was a strong character development because I never really cared too much for the father and son. And when situations happened, um, I was more logical than empathetic. So watching the movie, I'm thinking, well, why would they do that? Instead of, who don't do that? And I think that if I was directing a film, I want you to think, ooh, don't do that. No, no. I want you to feel um, in touch with me where you want to protect me. And a lot of times you're more of an outside observer wondering why the characters make certain decisions more than you're worried about the repercussions of the decisions that they make. You're not really worried about are they going to be in danger. You're more worried about, I'm stupid, why are you doing that? And I think that as an observer, if I was going to make a horror, thriller, scary film, I want strong character development. I want you to be so engrossed with the characters that you care about the outcome of them in the end. And I think this is one movie that the premise, that the setup is good because you really want to know who is Jane Doe, what is her story, why is she in the situation, and you really want to know the outcome. But when you go through it, even though you may learn more about the character of Jane Doe, you still don't care about the outcome of the characters. You don't care if they live or die. You may, it's possible that people will feel some type of involvement, but I think that the concern would come from, let's say somebody was not involved in the story, and then they get involved and they get in a situation that probably doesn't end well. Then maybe your heart would be compelled to, ooh, I'm sorry for that. But even in situations like that, if it did happen, I don't think there's a strong character development enough for an observer like us to care. So I'm trying to come at it objectively. So for people who like horror, who like scary movies, this is a blip on the radar. It's worth watching, but I don't think people will rewatch it more than 2 or 3 times. For people who are not into horror, this would not make you say, wow, horror is a great genre and I'm going to change and stop watching horror or start watching horror. And for people who just like stories, while it is interesting, there's not enough pieces for you to want to delve into the universe and want to overanalyze it. You just accept it as a viewing experience, and that's it. So if I was to rate this on the scale of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I would give it a strong B. If they had a little bit more elements, I probably would have given it a B plus. And technically, if they could make me feel more for the characters, it may have gotten that A minus. We're going to go on that scale. But because they did not do that, because you do come in a movie not really knowing what's going on, and you need to watch it to try to at least get where they're going with it and who is Jane Doe, or even if you don't know who Jane Doe is, you kind of understand. They give you some of the answers to the mystery, so that in itself makes the movie watchable, because the pacing, while slow, moves along steadily, and there's no extras to it that will turn you off. However, I wish I could be extremely enthusiastic about the movie. Like, I wish I could tell you, like, yo, you need to go see this. This is off the hook. Jane Doe blows my mind. And no, I can't do that. I can just say that it's a watchable movie. For me, I'm not an extreme horror fan. It was well, not arduous task. I really wanted the movie to get done so I can come back and give my observations and report and either recommend it or not recommend it. And so for horror fans, I would give it a recommendation. I would say, yeah, you should watch it because you would enjoy it. People who's not horror, it's not going to do that much for you. It'd be a great story. If you like stories like I do, you can sit and watch it. But if I missed it, it wouldn't change my life. It wouldn't be something I needed to see or know. And it didn't make the force stronger in this one. So I'm done with this. Hopefully, people who liked horror will go out and check out the Autopsy of Jane Doe. There are questions to be answered, and they were good questions. Not all of them. There were, some of them really were answered, but I really wish that the story itself was stronger with the character development, because when you care about the characters, then you care about the movie. And that's my observation, and that's what I believe. So I hope everybody has a great day. I hope that you love yourself. If you don't, find a reason to. I hope that if you do enjoy the Autopsy of Jane Doe more than I do, that if you check out my review, you can come back and tell me what I missed, so I can come back and observe it again and open my eyes to something that I didn't see in the beginning. All right, take care. Love yourself. Love everybody. Love the movies. Okay, follow your passion, because if you got a passion that everybody else wants to join in, man, you can make it. Take care.